I recently bought a new house a year ago, and I'm in the process of working with contractors and getting it up and running, building out the studio, all that kind of stuff. One thing that was happening, because it's a big house, and if you go in certain rooms, Wi-Fi gets dropped. So I figured out a workaround, this thing called MoCA. What MoCA does is it converts your coax cable line into an internet signal. This is an older house, so there's no wired Ethernet all around the house. And the internet is all the way down in the boiler room. So signal does not spread through the whole house, and it doesn't spread into the studio. What I initially did was I researched MoCA. And what MoCA does is it converts a coax line, which is typically used for cable TV, into an internet signal. So if you buy a MoCA adapter, you can convert it through this MoCA adapter, and then you can get an additional Wi-Fi network. So I did that, and that was allowing me to put internet all through the house. The downside of that is if I go from this room to another hotspot on a MoCA adapter, it would drop my connection and try to switch to the other connection. And it was janky because from room to room, I'd have to keep changing my networks. I did a bunch of research, and I finally realized that there's this thing called mesh networks. It's a mesh Wi-Fi network. So I went with this company called DECAP, and they make these mesh Wi-Fi individual units that you put around your house. I did that, and so I connected from my main network to the mesh network, and then the mesh network spread around. Problem is, my house is too big, so the signal wasn't making it from my router to my mesh network. I had this idea. I was wondering if a MoCA network can connect with a mesh network. And so you could use the best of both worlds. Because the thing I like about the mesh network is a mesh network allows you to have just one SSID. So one internet access point. So it's just the name of my internet. And that one internet SSID covers the whole house. Wherever I go, it's switching between the mesh nodes and it's staying on one network. So I like that. Like, for example, if I'm in my kitchen and I have my HomePods on and I'm doing dishes and I'm playing music and I want to go down into another room, I can play those HomePods on the same network instead of having to go through two different networks. I figured it out. So basically, there's this thing called backhaul. And I'm not an expert on Wi-Fi networking, but I use the MoCA network as the backhaul for my mesh network. So now I have multiple Wi-Fi hotspots via MoCA, and it's feeding my mesh network. And the benefit of that is wherever I go in the house, it's on one network. So now I can play music on my HomePods in this room and in the kitchen. And then if I go downstairs, there's more HomePods and I can just play music throughout the house. So this is just a nerdy thing that I've been working on. Pretty exciting. I enjoy this kind of stuff, this trial and error. But now I have internet in every single room in the house and even around the perimeter of the house. So if I'm walking outside, I have internet. If I walk downstairs, I have internet. Walk upstairs, I have internet. The benefit of that is if I'm talking on the phone and I'm on Wi-Fi, no more drop calls. So everywhere in my house is covered.